In today's world, many of you are falling behind, not because you're not talented, but because you're stuck in a cycle of distractions. With just a few clicks, endless content is right there, pulling you away from what really matters. Be honest, how much time do you waste scrolling and clicking through things that don't actually help you? One of the biggest culprits that pollutes our minds is adultery. It's everywhere, isn't it? Easy to access, designed to hook you in, and hard to escape once you're caught. This isn't just about physical indulgence. It's mental masturbation, chasing quick dopamine hits that make you feel good for a moment but leave you empty in the long run. It's a cycle of instant gratification that robs you of the focus and drive needed to achieve real success. And the truth is, you're not the only one. This is a trap set by the digital age, a system designed to exploit your weaknesses, keeping you distracted while your potential slips away. Here are the 5 stages of quitting porn addiction. Stage 1. Understanding the problem. Begin with asking yourself if you are going to keep letting distractions define you, or will you take control and start focusing on the things that actually matter? Because if you don't, you're not just lagging behind, you're letting the best version of yourself fade into the background. Today, we're breaking it down: how to escape that endless loop and ditch the porn addiction that's been holding you back. Why and how all religions condemn pornography. It's not just a personal issue. Many religions across the world strongly condemn pornography, viewing it as harmful to both individuals and society. In Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and many other faiths, there is a focus on purity of mind, body, and spirit. Pornography, which promotes objectification, exploitation, and a distorted view of intimacy, is seen as being against the values of respect, love, and commitment upheld in these religions. Pornography, an addictive behavior. Pornography is not just a moral issue, it's an addiction. Like endlessly scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, you start with just a few minutes, but hours slip by without you even realizing it. The brain becomes hooked on that instant gratification, and just like any other addiction, it keeps you coming back for more. The issue is that these hours spent scrolling or watching often lead to nothing productive. Instead of using your time for growth, learning, or creating, you end up feeling empty and drained. Recent statistics confirm how harmful excessive porn consumption can be. A study conducted by the National Library of Medicine found that around 10 to 15% of individuals exhibit symptoms of compulsive pornography use, with many reporting that they struggle with their daily activities and relationships because of it. The Journal of Sex Research found that pornography consumption is linked to decreased sexual satisfaction and lower relationship satisfaction, with 37% of men and 19% of women reporting they are less happy in their relationships due to pornography. And let us tell you very honestly, this number is not the true reflective of how troubling this situation is. It is much more worsening than you can imagine. The impact on life satisfaction. The effects of excessive porn use are far-reaching. A study by the University of California revealed that people addicted to porn report significantly lower levels of life satisfaction. They have difficulty maintaining focus, struggle with productivity, and are less likely to set and achieve personal or professional goals. Another study published in JAMA Psychiatry found that 8% of people who consumed porn excessively showed signs of internet addiction, which also affected their ability to function in daily life. These individuals often experience higher levels of anxiety and depression, as well as lower self-esteem. Additionally, studies show that excessive porn use can reduce motivation. According to research from the University of Cambridge, people who watched porn regularly were found to have less motivation to pursue long-term goals and showed a decreased ability to delay gratification, which is essential for personal growth and success. Why it's so hard to break free? Why does this happen? Porn creates a cycle of instant gratification, which rewires the brain's reward system. The more you consume, the harder it becomes to focus on tasks that require sustained effort and patience. Your brain gets used to the quick hit of pleasure, making it difficult to find satisfaction in long-term goals. This is why people who consume excessive porn often report feeling stuck, disconnected, or overwhelmed by daily tasks. Like scrolling social media, you get trapped in a cycle of mindless consumption that drains your time and energy. Breaking free requires recognizing the problem and seeking healthier activities. It's about regaining control over your time and focusing on what really matters: your personal growth, relationships, and future. Stage 2. Admit and commit to change. The first step in reclaiming control of your life is simple but powerful. Acknowledge the problem. Ask yourself, how has porn affected your relationships, your mental health, and your productivity? Be brutally honest. Maybe you've noticed it's harder to connect with people genuinely, or perhaps you find it difficult to focus on your goals. Recognizing the damage isn't about shame, it's about clarity. You can't fix what you refuse to face. Once you've identified the impact, make a firm commitment to change. Set clear intentions and write down the reasons why quitting matters to you. Maybe it's to improve your self-esteem, deepen your relationships, or just break free from something that feels controlling. Whatever your why is, keep it close. This is your anchor, your reason to push forward when the temptation to slip back in arises. Why does this work? Because acceptance is where healing begins. By acknowledging the problem and committing to change, you take the first step toward regaining your power. You're no longer just a passive consumer, you're someone choosing to prioritize growth, connection, and purpose. The moment you decide to take control is the moment the cycle begins to break. This is where your real progress starts. Identify triggers and develop coping strategies. If we want to break free from the grip of porn, we need to start by identifying what triggers us. Think about it. When do you feel the strongest urge? Is it when you're stressed, bored, or feeling lonely? Or maybe it's specific situations, like being alone late at night or aimlessly scrolling through social media. Understanding what sets us off is the first step to taking back control. Once you've figured out your triggers, it's time to create a plan. Replace harmful habits with positive ones that actually help you grow. If stress is your trigger, why not channel that energy into exercise? It clears your head and boosts your mood. If it's boredom or loneliness, reach out to someone, call a friend, join a group, or dive into a hobby that excites you. When those moments of temptation hit, remind yourself that you can choose something better. Why does this work? Because when we know our triggers, we can see the problem coming and get ahead of it. We don't have to be caught off guard. By building healthier habits, we're not just avoiding temptation, we're creating a stronger, better version of ourselves. It's about choosing growth over quick fixes, and the more we do it, the easier it gets. Stage 3. Set boundaries and use accountability tools. To truly break free from the cycle of porn consumption, we need to set firm boundaries and use accountability tools to help us stay on track. One of the most effective steps is limiting access. Tools like website blockers, such as Covenant Eyes or Stay Focused, can prevent you from accessing pornographic content on your devices. These tools aren't foolproof, but they create a barrier that forces you to think twice before giving in to temptation. Accountability is another powerful weapon in this fight. Share your goals with someone you trust, a close friend, family member, or therapist, and make a plan to check in regularly. This isn't about shame or judgment. It's about having someone in your corner who supports you and reminds you why you're working to change. If sharing with someone directly feels too intimidating, consider joining an anonymous support group or using accountability apps designed for this purpose. Journaling can also be a game changer. Take a few minutes each day to reflect on your progress. Write about your challenges, triggers, and victories, no matter how small they seem. Keeping a record helps you recognize patterns and reinforces the positive steps you're taking. There are even apps that track the number of days you've gone without porn, offering visual evidence of your progress and motivating you to keep going. Why do these strategies work? Because they help reduce temptation and make it harder to relapse. When access to porn is blocked, it disrupts the habit loop and gives you a chance to reconsider your choices. Having someone to report to creates external accountability, so you're not relying solely on willpower. Journaling and tracking progress provide tangible proof of your efforts, boosting your confidence and reinforcing your commitment. It's important to remember that setting boundaries isn't about restricting your freedom, it's about protecting your future. You're building habits that align with the person you want to become, and with the right tools and support, you can create a strong defense against relapse while developing the discipline and resilience to focus on what truly matters. Stage 4. Replace the habit with positive activities. Stopping an addiction like porn isn't just about quitting. It's about filling your time with activities that actually bring you joy and a sense of purpose. You don't need to sit around feeling bored. Get up and do something that makes you feel alive. If you're into sports, why not dive into your favorite game? Whether it's watching a football match with your friends or catching a wrestling event, the adrenaline rush and excitement will keep your mind engaged. Or maybe you're into tennis or boxing. Those sports can really get you fired up and give you a reason to focus. Watching your favorite fighters or athletes push their limits can inspire you to push your own. If you're not into watching, get moving. Running or jogging is a great way to clear your head and burn off some of that extra energy. The endorphin rush from a good workout is way better than any quick fix. If you want something social, grab a ping pong paddle and challenge a friend. It's fun, competitive, and gets you active without even thinking about it. Hanging out with friends or family is another way to fill that space. Go out to eat, have a good laugh, or just chat with your siblings. Real human connections are a powerful antidote to isolation or boredom. Why does this work? Because these activities are real. They get your body moving, your brain thinking, and your heart engaged. Whether it's football, boxing, or just a fun game of ping pong, these things help you channel your energy into something positive. Instead of feeding a habit that leaves you empty, you're creating memories, building relationships, and growing stronger, both mentally and physically. It doesn't have to be a huge change all at once. Start small, maybe with a quick run or a football game with friends, and gradually work in more positive activities. The more you do it, the easier it gets to push aside old habits and fill your life with things that truly matter. Stage 5. Seek support and professional help if needed. If you're finding it tough to break free from porn, it's okay to reach out for help. Sometimes the journey is too overwhelming to handle alone, and that's when professional support can truly make a difference. Therapy or joining a support group can offer you the guidance and encouragement you need to overcome this challenge. You can look into online support groups like NoFap or a 12-step program like Sex Addicts Anonymous. These communities are full of people who understand exactly what you're going through, and sharing your experiences with others who have the same struggles can help you feel less alone. There's strength in numbers, and knowing that others are working through the same fight can give you the motivation to keep pushing forward. If you prefer one-on-one help, speaking to a counselor or therapist who specializes in addiction can be a great option. They can help you identify deeper emotional issues that might be contributing to the addiction, like stress, loneliness, or past trauma, and guide you through those emotional barriers. Don't forget about the power of your friends and family. Let them know what you're going through and ask for their support. Having a trusted friend to talk to or someone who can hold you accountable can make all the difference. You don't have to face this alone. Whether it's a professional, an online group, or your friends, these sources of support provide the encouragement, guidance, and accountability you need to stay on track. Seeking help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a powerful step towards lasting change. With the right support, you'll be more likely to stay committed to your recovery and see long-term success. Let's make this our New Year's resolve. No more falling for temporary pleasures. It's time to break free from this addiction. If you've got a story to share, drop it in the comments. We might feature it in our upcoming videos on breaking the loop.